Hello, my name is John.
Hi, my name is Cheryl.
We work in product development, and we are here to talk about the new classic Stampin' Pad. We want to show off our new stamp cases, as well as share some tips and tricks that you may not know.
First off, opening the new ink pad case is simple and intuitive. All you need to do is lift to open, similar to opening a makeup compact. You may notice a tight fit between the lid and the base when opening the ink pad. This is normal. We recommend opening and closing the ink pad several times to break it in and allow the sliding action to loosen as you open and close with use. To open the ink pad, simply place your thumbs on the top and bottom vertical sides of the case, right by the finger hold, below the Stampin' Up logo, and then lift to separate. Once the pad is fully extended, push the lid, which includes the ink pad, along the grooves of the base until it clicks into place. When you're ready to close the ink pad, place your finger or thumb on the vertical ends of the stamp case once again. I find it helpful to use my other hand to push the pad while pulling the lid fully open until it slides easily from repeated use. Using the fingers or thumb by the color sticker, pull back to release the lid and slide it to its full open position before actually closing the lid. The lid should fold into the closed position easily. If you feel resistance, stop and ensure the lid is in its full open position before you fold it closed. Another tip I use when opening and closing the ink pad is to pull away from the color labels. When I open the pad, I first pull away from the name label. Then, when I'm ready to close, I pull back on the solid label. To prevent breaking or damaging the ink pad, it is important to extend the lid all the way before folding it closed. Remember to avoid the temptation of rotating the lid closed prematurely. If you want to use the base for watercoloring, squeeze the ink pad briefly before opening to transfer the ink from the pad to the base. I have found the ink transfers best when you turn the ink pad upside down and squeeze the bottom of the case. You can then set the ink pad down in its full open position. You can also add ink refill to the base while it's in its open position if additional color is needed.
You'll notice that the front label has been designed with a cleaner, bolder look and a larger color swatch, making it easier to see the ink's color. We provide color stickers that you can place on the end of each case to easily identify the ink's color at a glance. The labels are printed in English, French, German, and Japanese, so no matter which market you are in, you can label the ink pad in your preferred language. In addition, we also provide a solid color sticker you can place on the inside of the case, making it easy to distinguish the ink's color when the case is open. I'm going to take a minute to show you how to apply both of those stickers. As I said before, all of the labels are on the bottom of the case, so all you need to do is peel up the top label of this sticker and choose the language that you want. So in my case, I will choose English. And then I found it's easiest to leave the bottom of the case on the table to have a solid surface, and then you just place it where you want it, stick your finger down on one side, and then slide it over. It's as easy as that. Now for the solid label sticker, you do the same thing. You peel the bottom label up, and then sometimes they get stuck on the bottom, so you just have to go ahead and peel that off. So with the solid label sticker, you can do one of two things. You can either place it on the outside here, and it will always be open, because this lid opens up like this. So you can either place it here, which is a lot easier to apply to the case, or you can place it inside this groove, and it is sized to fit. And again, all you would have to do is place it where you want it. I found that using a bone folder to get into that groove helps a lot, but you could also use a pen or anything else, and then it's just set right in there, and you can go ahead and close it and feel free to use it. Something that you may not have noticed is that the ink pad case is designed to stack. This makes our ink pads easy to store and to transport. we've designed 4 nubs on the bottom of the case that coincide with 4 dimples on the top of the case. This allows them to stack securely and have the lowest possible profile. As an additional tip, removing the extra label stickers from the bottom of the case after applying the needed labels to the case also makes the ink pad stack a little bit better. Since we were improving the design of the case and how it opens, we decided to make improvements to the ink as well. Beginning with the 2018-2019 annual catalog, all ink refills will have the new ink formula. We added defoamer as an ink ingredient to all Classic Ink products, meaning our Classic Stampin' Pads and Classic Stampin' Ink refills in all colors. We did this because we noticed our old ink would sometimes bubble, especially on new pads with lighter colors. When this happened, the ink wasn't as even and smooth when stamped as we'd like to see it. The added defoamer will first reduce ink bubbles, second, help you get an even coating of ink on the stamp, and lastly, help lay down the ink better so that the stamped image has a smoother, solid look. Another change we made is that archival ink will no longer be a part of our ink offering. The archival ink in Basic Black and Basic Gray were not meeting our needs. Because of this, Basic Gray will now be offered in a Classic ink. If you received an ink refill and it has the new branding label, then it contains the new ink formula. You can use our old ink refills on a new ink pad and a new ink refill on an old ink pad, with the exception of Basic Gray Archival and Basic Gray Classic inks. These should not be mixed, as it will ruin your new Basic Gray Classic Stampin' Pad. All other inks will work just fine.
Thank you, John. And speaking about the other Classic inks, Stampin' Up! Offers Classic Stampin' Pads in 50 beautiful and unique colors. Imagine all the amazing color possibilities you can create with all these color options.
To see the new Classic Stampin' Pads and other exciting coordinating products, be sure to check out our new 2018-2019 annual catalog, and then contact your local demonstrator or visit our website at stampinup.com to order these incredible inks right away.
Thank you for spending a few moments with us today. We hope we answered your questions about our Classic Stampin' Pads and wish you the best in your colorful, creative adventures.
Happy stamping!